Isn't it weird your man provides for everything? Aren't you afraid that he will leave? Why is being a gold digger a problem? Are you ever gonna get your body done? If it was up to me, I would have already been pregnant by now. I am not feeling myself at all. My skin is so bad right now and it makes me literally want to cry. Any girl that struggles with acne knows this feeling. I just want to be in my room, left alone, nobody talk to me until my skin clears up. But anyways, this video is not going to be about my acne, okay? I just wanted to vent. But in case you're new here, my name is Cara V. Thank you so much for tuning in and welcome to my channel. I actually asked my followers on Instagram to ask me some questions. So this video is going to be a Q&A, okay? I already feel exposed. Might as well totally expose myself already. So the first question is, isn't it weird your man provides for everything? Aren't you afraid that he will leave? So at first it felt really weird. I'm not even going to lie, because I used to be that hyper independent woman that wanted to prove myself that I could take care of me, okay? I used to split bills with my exes. I used to want to pay things for my exes. And my husband is like, what are you doing? Like in the beginning of the relationship, it's like, you should never have to pay. Like, I'm sorry. I don't know who traumatized you. I don't know what kind of man you were dating, but here we don't do that. Like, let me take care of you. Everything is fine. I know there's some women who are more comfortable in being taken care of. I never was that girl. So transitioning to being that girl was extremely uncomfortable for me. But ever since I became a mother, I am promoting this lifestyle. I think it's really sad when people tell stay-at-home moms, like, maybe you should have your own career because if he cheats on you and leaves you, you're not gonna have anything. I really feel like that advice is based on fear, because let's reframe it. A job is only as stable as your boss's decision. One email, boom, you get fired. Why is nobody telling people that go to work or having careers being like, oh, aren't you afraid your boss is going to fire you? Maybe just start your own business. Then people that start their own business, they're like, well, aren't you afraid that you're not gonna make any profit? Maybe you should just get a stable job. Like, do you guys see? Everything has a risk. And if we really want to talk about risk, let's talk about the women who do choose a career. They have to depend on daycare, nannies, relatives, and all these things can fall through. They're not all dependable. Maybe your relatives don't want to actually take care of your kid anymore, or they're not available. Maybe the daycare is not safe. Like, is it worth risking the safety of your child just because you're scared that your man's gonna leave you one day? You're just trading a risk for another risk. Now just think about which risk is actually worth pursuing. If you let people talk fear into you, you're going to be pursuing your worst case scenario. Just think about that. So you just have to decide for yourself what it is that you truly value and you want to do. For example, I value family. That's been my biggest dream, to build a family. I am not going to focus on building my career or focus on making money for myself because I am scared that this can all be broken one day. I would rather operate in faith and just believe that, you know, everything will work out and that God has me covered, has my family covered. Being a gold digger, question mark. I believe women wanting financial stability is the bare minimum. Why is being a gold digger a problem? Honestly, if you're going to marry a man and you're gonna have his children and you want to stay home, you need to look for financial stability. Just like when you apply for a job, you wanna make sure they pay you well so that you can live the life that you want to live. Nobody's calling you a gold digger for wanting to have a paycheck from your job, for wanting to have a certain amount of salary. Nobody's calling you a gold digger for that. But when you look for that in a man that you're going to be building a life with and you're gonna be providing children for, now all of a sudden you're a gold digger. This is coming from somebody who has dated broke men. And when I say broke men, I'm also talking about a mentality, because it's a mindset thing, okay? Because they were broke and they would stay broke. You have to really consider the fact that you're going to be popping out children and you're not going to be able to invest so much of that time in building a career that can create this lifestyle for you. So who's going to do it? Your man. And you need to make sure your man can do that. And if he can't, find another man. I'm just kidding. Oh, if your husband lost all his money, you would leave him. No, because he will make it right back. Like, that's what people don't understand. It's like something that can be created. You can always make more money. He wasn't as rich as he is now before we got married, just so you guys know. But I did not marry him because of all this money, because all this money came after. But I saw in his character, I saw in his discipline, in his consistency, in his ambition, in his vision. I could see that this man is a man that's gonna create money, that he's going to create this abundant lifestyle. That's why these men are so attractive, because they are putting in the work that other people won't do. And I'm not talking about men who were born into money or have rich parents. I'm talking about men who were able to build wealth from nothing. My husband has an immigrant mom, single mom. They were really broke. So it's not just the money, it's everything that comes with the money. It's a mindset that comes behind the money. How did you meet your husband? I actually made a whole YouTube video talking about how I met my husband. I shared my testimony on how I went from Love Island to finding God and to finding my husband. But I am literally just trauma dumping all my toxic relationships, like everything that I've been through. But it all makes sense because it all is a part of the story on how I met my husband. So watch that video. What to look for in a potential partner, weeding out the bad seeds. The Bible says identify people by their fruits. Okay, so I want you to do that. I don't want you to just look at the romantic gestures that they're doing. I want you to actually see, like, okay, are they being disciplined? Are they being responsible? Are they having faith? What fruits do they have in their life? Focus on how they're treating themselves, they're treating their family, people around them, and just think about, is this the type of lifestyle you want for yourself? If not, move on, okay? Because you can't change somebody. So if you can't change somebody, that's what you're gonna get. You can compromise on all the other things on your list of what you want in a partner, but your non-negotiables, never compromise. How to find a loyal, high-value man. The question really should be, how can they find you? Okay, because you're not out here looking for them. They are going to be looking for you. So are you actually where they are? What could be high value to somebody might be very different from somebody else. So you have to decide what is high value to you. But then you have to look in your circle. Do they match that? Do you match that? If the 5 people you hang around are not high value people, you're most likely not gonna go to the places where other high value people are. For example, if you want to date entrepreneurs, are you going to workshops? Are you going to seminars? Are you going to places that they hang out around? Are you friends with other entrepreneurs? If it's no to all of these, I'm sure you're not gonna meet any entrepreneurs, and I'm sure you're not gonna have the opportunity to connect with one because you're not in the places that they go to. If you want somebody that loves the gym, maybe go to the gym, go to a nice gym. Don't just go to any gym. If you wanna have high value, like somebody with money or whatever, go to a nice gym, invest in a good membership so that you know that whatever man goes into that gym, they have enough money to provide for that membership and they take care of themselves. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Okay. Do you sometimes wish you could have a formal job? I do not dream of labor. I do not wish that upon myself, and I do not wish that upon anybody. I actually don't think a lot of people know this about me, but I never had an actual job. And my husband actually makes so much fun of me for it. He thinks I am so spoiled. Like, I was very privileged growing up in the sense that my dad, he was also a providing man, and he, you know, took care of me. He paid for my college. And I honestly feel like my dad didn't push me to work when I was in high school or early college was mainly because I had a very big surgery. I had this tumor that we did not know if it could be removed. So it was a very traumatic thing for my dad. So I think after that, he just wanted to take care of me. He just wanted me to go live my best life. He paid for my fashion school there. He paid for my apartment. And by the time I was leaving Canada, that 1 year, I was able to start making money off Instagram. So I had like small businesses that were able to make me money. So since I was 19, 20, I was already making a lot more than I would have made in a typical 9-to-5, or at least things that I could apply for at that time. So I just never really applied for a job. I just stick to doing social media. And then here I got married, and you know, my husband provides for me. So I have been very blessed, and it's such a privilege. Sometimes I do wish I had that formal job experience because I never got to experience it. So sometimes I'm like, oh, I wonder how that would have been like. But then I really think about it. I'm like, oh my God, I probably would have gotten fired, or I would have quit. I'm not built for that lifestyle. I just know I'm not built for that. I like to have my own freedom. Thank you, God. Thank you, my dad. Thank you, my husband. Thank you, God. I have amazing men in my life. How's life being a stay-at-home mom? I just love stepping into my motherly role. Like, I honestly feel like there's so much beauty in it, and I love it so much. Let me keep it real. Because the only reason why I love it is because I have help. Okay, I used to have a nanny in the past. Now we don't have a nanny anymore. We have my mother-in-law. She lives a block away. We moved her to Miami because I needed help. I actually have my mother-in-law watching my daughter right now as I film this video. And there's so much flexibility. Like, having that village is so important. It makes such a difference. The days that I don't have my mother-in-law in the house to help me with cleaning, laundry, my daughter, I am suffering. I am struggling. What are the most challenging parts of motherhood? So let's just get into it. Most challenging thing would be the pressure and the guilt. Because as a mom, you have to remind yourself to take care of you, to pour into you, because it's so easy to neglect yourself. When you carve out time for yourself, you feel so guilty because you know that it's almost selfish. Oh my God. The mom guilt is in every single corner of motherhood. Honestly, it's such a constant battle of trying to find the perfect balance of taking care of yourself and taking care of your family. Like there are weeks or days where I feel like I'm having a great balance of like self-care and then my daughter, but then that balance is really hard for me to maintain. And also that guilt that kicks in when your child wants to play with you and you're so tired. Like there's some days I don't want to play, I don't want to read the same book 50 times, but then there's this beautiful little kid looking at you wanting to play with you, and you just feel so guilty. You're like, oh, and then you start asking yourself, am I built for this? Am I a good mom? Like you just start feeling bad. There's so much that goes through a mother's brain every single day. It's so exhausting, and it's something that people don't see. So you just have to act like it's not there either. It's so weird. Are you ever gonna get your body done? Yep. As soon as I'm finished having children, which I have no idea when that's gonna be, I'm gonna remove my implants, get a breast lift, maybe add a very small implant in there, or just have no implant at all, but absolutely a breast lift, like absolutely. Also, a lot of people don't know this, but my daughter, she gave me umbilical hernia. I just want to get that fixed, and I have ab separations, so I would want that to get sewn in. Do you want more children? I always dreamed and said that I want to have 4 kids. Now that I have one, I'm like, do I really want 4 kids? Because it's a lot. It's a lot on your body, just a lot in general. How are we gonna go places? Because going places with one child is already a lot. Like I'm gonna need to get a bus. It's screaming struggle, but I want it. You know, it's worth the struggle in the beginning, because when they grow up, I think it's definitely worth it. If it was up to me, I would have already been pregnant by now, but I am breastfeeding, you guys. The hormones when you breastfeed like postpones ovulation, so I haven't been getting pregnant, which is really sad. Like we have been trying since the beginning of this year, and I haven't gotten pregnant. So I'm just letting go and letting God, and hopefully, you know, we will have our next baby sometime soon, next year, hopefully. Do you think you had your baby too young? I got pregnant at 25, gave birth at 26. I think that's a perfect age. And honestly, I wish I even got pregnant earlier. Like I wish I met my husband in my early 20s and started doing everything that we're doing in my earlier 20s, because then I would have had more time to have all these children and have maybe some space in between. Because now I kind of feel like the pressure, especially that we want a big family, 4 kids, I feel the pressure of it being back to back. What does being submissive mean to you as a modern wife? Submissive is not about not having a voice, not saying anything, just being like, okay, I will do this. It's not that. Being submissive is not focusing on having control and focusing too much on the outcome. When I am in my season of submission, like, you know, I have my phases. Sometimes I'm feisty, sometimes I'm assertive, I'm dominant. As you guys can see, I have a strong personality. But then I have my seasons and my moments of just submissive, like I'm just, you know, yeah, whatever you want, babe. I still share my thoughts. I still share how I feel. I still share my opinions, but I listen more. I question more in a softer way. The only thing he ever asks me is take care of our daughter. While everything else, he does not care about if I clean the house. He does not care if I cook. So I'm saying this to say it's easy to submit to my husband because he is not forcing me to do anything. He's giving me an environment where I can thrive. Submission in a healthy relationship, it doesn't mean losing your power. It means being able to rest. That is how I can best describe it. But when you have the right man, they make you want to submit naturally. Guys, this was it for today's video. Comment down below, show me some love. I love building a community here on YouTube. I love talking to you guys. It's like literally a way for me to pour into myself. So thank you so much for supporting my channel and watching my videos. I hope to see you guys next week for, I think, part 2 of a Q&A. I have no idea what I'm gonna do yet, but we shall see. Love you, bye.